The chairman of the commission listed out 8 areas that we needed to discuss. For instance, one of those areas relates to the issue of training of collation officers. Most of these collation officers are vice chancellors of various universities. But we identified the fact that despite the fact that they are vice chancellors, they still need extended training and using e-platforms and other platforms for their training. The second challenge that was identified relates to the issues around the collation centers. Most of them felt that the security situation at the collation centers was not adequate, and that we had a tendency where so many party agents, both accredited and those who are not accredited, invaded the collation centers, making things difficult and life difficult for them. They also identified the whole issue about their own security, in terms of the fact that even after during the collation exercise and thereafter, they were receiving threat messages and so on. So they were looking for a situation where there should be better coordination and better improvement in terms of protecting them during the election. They also raised issues around the security of the collation center itself and the type of lightning system we should have at the collation centers. And they also advised the commission to also look at trying to test run much more robustly some of the technological innovations that the commission has introduced ahead of the election. And so there were various very serious suggestions that were made, and we are going to collate all these things and then look at the actionable ones. Those that need constitutional and that need constitutional reforms in terms of constitutional amendment, we are going to pursue it. Those ones that are administrative in nature, the commission will also look at them and then make sure that we cascade them to the various levels.
Okay, I'll come back to the issue of security, but let me quickly follow up on test running the innovations and the new technologies that were deployed.
Yes.
I personally followed the INEC chairman around the FCT when some of these technologies were being test run.
Yes.
And he okayed them. I was there in his presence, and he said, okay, they were good to go.
Right.
So at what point did the commission get it wrong?
Well, their commission did not get it wrong.
Okay.
I'm just going to be slightly circumspect because I'm a lawyer and I don't want to dive into a matter that is sub judice, that is already pending in court.
Okay.
But if you look at what has happened during the election, you'll find out that, for instance, the beavers, for purposes of accreditation, performed exceedingly well. And very few people complain about the beavers not performing well. In terms of even facial capture, the beavers performed well. So we are happy with the performance of the beavers. In terms of using the beavers also for purposes of registration of voters, it performed very well because we call it IVED when we are registering voters. In terms of even result upload, the beavers performed very well in terms of result upload.
But Nigerians are more concerned about the IREV that did not perform.
No. The IREV performed. The only issue is that in terms of uploading of the senatorial election result, in terms of uploading the presidential federal House of Representatives election results, in terms of uploading the governorship election result and state assembly election results, there are no complaints. The complaint relates only in terms of the uploading of the presidential election result. All elections are important.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and so these are some of the issues we are going to look at, review, and make sure that going forward, that Nigerians get value from.
Hello and welcome to the channel. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, on his part, has said the various concerns raised by Nigerians regarding the results declared during the 2023 elections will be addressed. Yakubu gave the assurance while speaking at the post-election review meeting with coalition and returning officers who participated in the 2023 general election held at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. He said the Commission intends to discuss concerns in-house and share experiences on the way forward. even though some of the concerns raised during the elections were before the courts. The INEC boss therefore stated that a comprehensive report will be prepared and released after the completion of the review of the 2023 elections. Yakubu said another reason for the meeting was for the collation and returning officers to share their experience of result management, processes and procedures for recruitment, training and posting of future officials. He said, the Commission is aware that as collation and returning officers, you worked under extremely challenging circumstances by tediously and manually completing designated forms as provided by law and either moved them to the next level of collation or concluded the processes as returning officers. Many of you also have the cognate experience of result management, having served in similar capacities in at least 3 electoral cycles. The Commission appreciates your commitment, dedication to duty, and sacrifice to the cause of our democracy. More specifically, and from your practical experience in the 2023 general election, we would like to hear your perspectives on the processes and procedures for recruitment, training, and posting of collation and returning officers, logistics for movement to and from your places of assignment, the role of technology in result management, among others. Nigerian News reports that the meeting is the fourth in a series of meetings to review the conduct of the 2023 general elections and fashion the way forward. Meanwhile, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu and national commissioners on Friday met with the collation and returning officers in the February and March general elections in Abuja. The meeting was part of the ongoing post-2023 review by the electoral umpire. The meeting, which was held at the Abuja Continental Hotel, is the third in the series of post-elections review arrangements that the Commission scheduled to have with key players in the 2023 general elections. The collation and returning officers are mainly university professors, many of whom are vice-chancellors of universities. Recall that the INEC boss and commissioners had met with members of the various transport unions in which the Commission had engaged during the 2023 general elections. According to INEC, the meeting was to review the conduct of the engaged transport unions vis-a-vis the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) signed with unions on the provision of logistics. However, today's meeting was to review the conduct of the elections and also to take records of how the electoral officers who served as field supervisors carried out their assignments. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.